It's your boy Jeffrey, and I wanted to hop back on YouTube and I wanted to start documenting life. You feel me? Because life is going on, and I think that we are all having moments. We are all learning incredible things, amazing things. We are all having beautiful experiences, and we aren't sharing them. And I think that is the purpose of the internet. Like, that's the purpose of all of these social media platforms, is to help us inspire, educate, and entertain each other, so that way we can all live the lives of the dreams that we have. So today I want to talk about my spiritual journey, and I want to talk about the month of Ramadan and what I have been learning. So if you guys don't know, I'm not subscribed to any particular religion. I just like to do things I feel called to do. And this time around, I felt called to join in on the fast for Ramadan. So if you guys don't know what Ramadan is, I'm not entirely an expert. I just know that it's a month where Muslims go into a complete dry fast from sun up to sundown. Um, and I hope when I share this video, it doesn't disrespect any person, or it's not bad for the religion per se. I just grew up around a large Muslim community, and I've always just been a very open-minded person. And fasting has really great results, especially dry fasting, when it comes to increasing intuition, when it comes to cleansing the body, when it comes to strengthening the mind, increasing discipline, just so many things. So I just wanted to give it a try. I tried it 12 years ago, and I was like 12 years old. And it was more so because my friends were doing it, and I just wanted to, kind of go through what they were going through, when they would be at home and try not to be outside because they were just so hungry and so thirsty. So I wanted to try to connect with them more. But this time around, I did it more so for myself. I did it more so because I wanted a different perspective. I wanted to kind of like learn to surrender, right? And kind of that trust in the higher power that I believe in, to kind of give me the answers that I was looking for, right? Kind of show me more the way, lead the way. And I think sometimes we can just be so, at some point of life, like, things can feel so robotic, right? We do things strictly from muscle memory. We wake up, put on clothes, brush our teeth, go to our jobs, talk to people, like, just we just kind of fall into these routines where life doesn't feel like, I don't know what's the word, like, where it's like everything's already kind of planned, right? We're just kind of going with the motion. And at some point, like, I felt very disconnected from source. I felt very disconnected from my inner child. I felt disconnected from, I think, the purpose of life and like the meaning of life. And although it's good and it's very commendable for anyone to strive to achieve their goals, their dreams, and create that life for themselves, in the process, it's important to kind of take a step back and reflect on the things you learned and the process you are making, and just kind of, give yourself a reality check, because for me, I know, in the process of just moving here to California and trying these different businesses and meeting new people, like, it's like, if anything, I had to change. I had to change more than anything else, not my environment. Like, although my environment changed, in the process of everything, I find that I have changed more than anything else. My energy has changed, my charisma has changed, my outlook on life has changed, my peace has changed, my perspective of what success is changed. And I think ever since I started fasting, and today's Tuesday, so we only have 3 more days left. Um, thank God. But I think ever since I started fasting, a few of the things that came through, a few of the lessons that have came through is that like we're all blessed in ways that we can't even really fathom, right? I can sit here and name everything I'm grateful for, and there will still be a long list of so many things that I can be grateful for, right? So that's one. It's just noticing how blessed we are. Two, I learned that self love, like at the core of self love, is self discipline, right? And what I mean by that is we can get lost in our desires, right? Whether we desire to spend time with certain people or to treat ourselves to certain things or to, just live life how we want to live, like in the sense whether or not we can afford it or not. I don't know if I'm explaining this in the best sense, but I'm learning that like at the core, right? Your discipline is what is going to make you or what is going to help you create that feeling in the life that you want. So that way you can be able to appreciate yourself more. So for instance, 5 o'clock in the morning is the time where we have to stop eating for the rest of the day for our fast, right? And so in the beginning of the fast, I was doing everything as I needed to do, right? I would go to sleep and I would wake up at like 4 o'clock and I would eat my food and plan for the day for the fast. And then we would break fast at like 7 o'clock, 7:30. But then as the days started passing by, right? A weekend, a week and a half in, it was very hard for me to get up before the time that my fast was about to start, which hurt me because I didn't get any food in, and now instead of me fasting for this specific time, it feels like I haven't eaten or drinking in all day. Meanwhile, I still have a whole life that I have to live. I still have to make money. I still have to get things done. I still have to, try to work out. I still have to maintain myself. And there were moments where I definitely did think that, like I definitely did kind of want to break this fast. I wanted to eat. I wanted to drink water. I wanted to just say whatever, like, like I'm hungry as shit right now, but it really started showing me things that I could change about myself, and like in the sense, I am to blame because I didn't wake up in time for me to eat, right? So it's not going to be right because it doesn't feel good now for me to just break the challenge. I committed to this challenge, right? Committed to fasting. I committed to, you know, learning and growing and evolving. So if I don't wake up and do what I have to do, if I don't discipline myself to do that so I can set myself up for success, it's going to hurt me. And so I started learning, like sometimes we need to punish ourselves. Sometimes we need to remind ourselves, like, hey, like our spirit is in control. Our mind is more stronger than what we think, right? Because I could have just gave in and said, oh, okay, well, I technically fasted because I didn't eat for a certain period of time and I'm hungry and there's still 3 hours left. But no, no, by me doing that, it's just like that's just going to encourage myself to like, I don't know. I just feel like that's for me, that is a sign of weakness, like committing to something and then not really fully staying the course. So that's one thing I learned. I learned that at the core root of life is that self-discipline is self-love. If you really want something, you're gonna make sure that you discipline yourself enough so you can do the actions that you need to take in order to get those results. And I want to say the third thing that I learned is that, and I'm trying to wait for this one to come in, like this is all kind of like a free flow. I didn't really want to write this down. I just really wanted to kind of speak from my heart. I think the third thing that this fast has taught me is that we need a higher power. Like we need to believe in something outside of ourselves. We need to. It's a lot easier for us to believe in a higher power than it is for us not to believe. I think that when we struggle in life, right, when we're going through challenges, it forces us to call upon something greater than ourselves, right? And I think the more we tap into that and the more we suffer, the more we draw upon this energy that we call God to force us in the direction that we choose to go into. And I think that's a beautiful thing because if anything, it just shows us that we are capable of so much more, you know? And the month of Ramadan is so beautiful because Muslims fast from sundown to sunup. And in the process, they fast 5 times per day, right? And that just shows that this 1 month disrupts every aspect of your life, right? From your job to your relationship, because you are not supposed to have sex as well. You're not supposed to drink. You're not supposed to smoke. And it's in this month that you starve yourself and you remind yourself that you are by the grace of God. And that in order for you to get what you want, you need to kind of like humble yourself and connect yourself with the will of God and the will of whatever higher power that you believe in, you know? And the point of what I'm trying to say is that really through meditation and through prayer and through uh periods of isolation, you know, like we can draw emotions and strength that we didn't think was accessible to us. That's incredible, you know? So, yeah, guys, I am super excited for me to finish this fast and I'm so proud of myself for coming this far. If any of you guys out there are struggling with self-discipline, self-love, you know, I think taking on any challenge, it doesn't necessarily have to be a fast, but I find for me, like when I have these periods of where I feel like my mind is all over the place, I find that doing things that causes me to suffer brings me into this internal stillness that helps me move forward because it helps me make the best decision, if that makes sense. You know? So, yeah. I am going to be creating more videos and documenting my process and just sharing stories. So, feel free to follow and leave a comment. And I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching this entire video, guys.